I'm going to try and share it on other platforms as well. But I really want this to, I want us to please share. We're trying to make sure we build the Citizen AY platform on YouTube. We're grateful for the support you're giving us on Oduduwa TV Radio. Let's keep that going. There's a lot of things that we need to do, but as ever, we're grateful for your support. Now, you can see pictures behind me that is going on. There's a picture that we are putting behind me so that you can see what we're trying to do. Let me just check something now. I want to make sure that people, one second, as I'm doing that, before I go in, I want to check first. I'll just do a few checks, please. Just bear with me. I like to make sure that when I'm doing my broadcast that we are that everything is going right, and we've got the right people in place and right things in place. So those of you who are supporting, who are following us, thank you very much. We got 48,000 followers on Oduduwa TV Radio, 52,000 followers on Citizen AY, over 100,000 on each of those platforms, and we are truly grateful. So now, okay, now we're gonna do the stream across all to the other side. Please, if you have not subscribed to us on YouTube, go and do so now. If you have not subscribed to us on YouTube, I urge you to go and do so now. Go to Citizen AY and subscribe right now. And I'll also click on the notification button so you will get notification as and when we do go live. Let me just check a few things. Sorry, I'm just trying to make sure I check it all. Okay. Oh, okay. I'm gonna try and get it going. Oh, looks like I've, okay, yeah, got it now. Okay, so you will see it on a few other pages. Do bear with us. Tonight's broadcast is very important, because there's a few things that we need to be aware of, and we're trying to, keep people aware, make people aware of certain things that's going on. We mustn't relent. We have to speak up for our people. We have to continue to speak truth to power. So I'm sharing it, and if you see this broadcast on other platforms, of course, please do share. Now you can see the pictures behind me. What I'm showing you, the pictures of Oloye Sunday Igboho and the people who are arrested, some of the people who have been arrested, Lady K and others. You can see that picture. And what I want to, above all, is for you to know that this is, we are not going to relent. We're not going to stop. Behind me, what you also see on the screen, directly behind myself, is you will see the picture of the of the protest we're planning for the 23rd of July 2021 from 8 p.m. and 8 a.m. I'll be giving more details about that later on, and but I want to just talk about that 8 a.m. on the 23rd of July. 23rd will be outside the BBC, and it will be Biafra and Yoruba Nation. So we'll be working on that. So we need your support. We really do need your support. Please, if you're getting this broadcast, make sure you're sharing it on all platforms, because we need to put, to say what needs to be said here. It is really unacceptable what is going on. This has gone on long enough, and we need to speak truth to power. Now, and when they get to certain pictures, I will start saying things, and you will understand what I'm saying. Those people that you see in the picture, so far, from what you understand, the lawyers have still not been able to see them. As a few minutes ago, the lawyers have still not been able to see them. So we've not had any updates. That is why we are putting the pictures up. That is why you see those pictures. We are demanding that, first of all, number one, they release the bodies. They have to release the bodies of Afar. And I will see that Afar, may his soul rest in peace. They must release the bodies of Afar to his family. They must also release the body of Adogan to his family. They have to release their bodies. This is torture. This will tell you that we are not in a governance that respects the rule of law. Our governors do not respect the rule of law. I'd like you all to help me in putting this message out there. We want the whole world to know that as we speak, the federal government has refused, I'm putting the picture up here, has refused to release the body of Afar to his family. They are grieving. The government does not owe the body of the people. The federal government of Nigeria does not owe, it does not own the body of our people. The body of the people that they illegally killed belongs to their family. They need to release those bodies to allow the family to grieve. They need to allow the family to receive those bodies so they can grieve. So let me just see if I can, is there another way I can do this? I'm trying to get that picture going. So let me, anyway, slideshow, we'll carry on. So you'll see it coming up. So as we speak, as I'm speaking to you, that's Oloye Sunday Igboho. We also demand that they remove the tag wanted. They must remove the tag wanted from Oloye Sunday Igboho. They must remove the tag wanted. I hope you are sharing this broadcast as you're getting it. Please do share. It's very, very important that you share. I will be playing it later on, but right now, those of you, if you haven't joined us on Citizen AY on YouTube, please go and do so now. YouTube is live right now, and I want you all to join us on there, because when we're spreading the message, it's important that the message goes across to Citizen AY on YouTube, and you know, to get that platform up and running and keep it going. You know, your every help that you offer in making that go viral is of immense importance. There's a few people who are on the Citizen AY right now. Please continue to share it. Click on the notification button so that every time we come live, you will be able to see that notification, those of you on YouTube. So please go there now. Good afternoon, Terry Amaladi. Good afternoon to my brother. That's he's on YouTube. And there's a few other people on there as well. We currently have 1.18 subscribers on there. We're grateful for that. And as ever, we're grateful now for your support. Everything that we do here is geared towards giving you information to make you aware, to make you wake up and confront the injustice. Those of us, for as long as a government can decide to take the body of individuals that they killed and refuse to let the family have those bodies, that is inhumane. It's unjust, it's inhumane, and they are heartless. The federal government of Nigeria is heartless in refusing to release the bodies of those that they killed illegally. They went into Oloye Sunday Igboho's house and they killed those men. They must release the body of Afar. They must release the body of Adogan to the family so they can grieve properly. Please share this message. It is a very, very important message that must reach everybody that needs to reach. And we are asking all our Yoruba leaders, is this a good state of affairs that we have? That they have gone into they've illegally entered the house of Oloye Sunday Igboho, illegally, with no warrant, nothing. They've gone into Oloye Sunday Igboho's house. They've done the enormous damage. You've all seen the blood on the floor of the house of Oloye, right through the house and and they damage all the cars. They've done all that illegally. And to make it worse, the families of this man here that you see, the families of Oloye Afar. This is Afar. He was killed that night. His body must be released to the family so they can grieve. We are asking that the federal government release the body so that they can grieve. The family must be allowed to grieve for the ones that were taken, their lost ones that was taken from them by the federal government of Nigeria via their military army that went in illegally to attack a citizen of that so-called contraption Nigeria. These are why we want to leave contraption Nigeria. A government that refuses to respect the sanctity of the family of the two men that they killed. This is RIP, this is Afar. May his soul rest in peace. We are asking that his body be returned to his family so he can get a proper burial. That is Afar that we speak to right there, that you're seeing right there. Now, I thank you very much to Yomiko for providing the pictures. He gave me this picture, and the other picture was Adogan was assault via other means. But I spoke to Yomiko a few minutes ago. He's making some inquiries as to, we might be able to give you latest updates in terms of the current state of play as far as those who've been illegally abducted from Oloye Sunday Igboho's house. We need them to be released. Now let's play this again. So let me just 1 second. Let me just go to slideshow. So what we are saying, there is no justification for what the federal government of Nigeria is doing. The federal government of Nigeria has illegally gone into a house and arrested, abducted people. They have no such powers. And if you were to believe that we are in a democracy, and we are not, that's the point. That's why you will hear me talk about Section 24, Promulgation Decree number 24 of 1999. We are being ruled under a military decree that's dressed up as a constitution. But we are calling to the entire world that the bodies, they need to support us and put pressure on the federal government of Nigeria to release the bodies of the man that I will be bringing on shortly, Adogan and Afar. They must release their bodies. They have to release those bodies. It is unfair, it is unjust, it is cruel to hold on to the bodies. There we go. It is cruel. So it is cruel to hold on to the bodies of Adogan and Afar. You see that? Those two. I'm putting it there and I'm going to freeze it here. They have not released the body of Adogan and they have not released the body of Afar. Those two, we are asking for the federal government to immediately release their bodies so that the family can properly grieve. The government of the day does not care. This is a proof, I'm telling you. You know that if somebody died in the north, within 7 days, they bury them, they let them, all of this stuff. Why is it that our southern brothers have been killed and the government of the day is refusing to allow the family to properly grieve for their lost ones that they were responsible for killing? Why? We need to be asking that question, and we are taking this upon at this point. We are asking all our Yoruba leaders this question. Is this a good state of affairs? Is this a good state of affairs that the federal government will go into a Yoruba man's house in his land, kill 2 people, and refuse to release their bodies for burial by their family? Is this a good state of affairs? Is this what you consider good governance? Those of you, senators, House of Reps, ministers who are in government, Lai Mohammed, is this what you consider good governance? Where the people, they've gone into a house illegally, they killed, they've used fake documentation to say to frame them, and they will refuse to release the bodies for the family. Is this a good state of affairs? I'm asking. Put yourself in their shoes. Can you imagine the pain that they're going through right now? Put yourself in their shoes. I am speaking to my Yoruba leaders. I'm not being abusive. I believe that we have a right to question things when it's wrong. And that is what we are simply doing here. So we are asking for the United Nations. We are asking for anybody in the world, other countries in the world, to look into this case. This man was illegally killed by the federal government. The government have admitted that they went into the house without papers and killed 2 men, Adogan and Afar. Why are they refusing to release their bodies? Why? We want to know why the federal government are refusing to release the bodies of these men so that the family can properly go and grieve for their lost one. the ones that the government killed. And the admission should also mean that the government should expedite the process of paying compensation to the family of Adogan and Afar. They need to, these two men, the government must release their bodies. They have to release their bodies to the family. So we are here to tell you, RIP Nigeria, Yomitope, absolutely. I stand with Chief Sunday Igboho 100%. That's why you see what we're showing on the broadcast. You see there, it's all there. And also we stand with Nnamdi Kanu. Now I want to say a special congratulations to my friend, my very good friend Simon Ekpa. He's now been made. He's now the guy that is now standing in place for Nnamdi Kanu. He will be the face of IPOB, speaking on major issues. That is a brilliant man. I can't find a man more capable than Simon to take on that role. He's a brilliant man. I applaud him, Simon. Congratulations to you. More grease to your elbow. And I know for the cause of IPOB, you're ready to do anything. And that's, we support you 100%. What we are asking for is you're asking for that your people be allowed to exercise their right to self-determination, and there's nothing wrong in that. Now, just a bit. So, congratulations once again, Simon Ekpa. I thank you very much for the work you're doing, and of course, I've said so, and I will be in touch again, and we'll be having some more programs and discussions in the coming days and months, no doubt. Now, what I want to say right now is this: as we speak, also, it now turns out that the Kenyan government were actually involved in the case of Nnamdi Kanu, and they left his British passport in Kenya, and they took him. They somehow worked with the Nigerian government and took him into Nigeria. That's illegal. He's a British subject. He's a British man. These are the kind of things. You see the kind of illegality. A government that has no regard for international law. The federal government of Nigeria has no regard for international law. And that tells you pretty much one of the reasons why, something that they signed up to. Something that they signed up to. Sorry, 1 minute, please. 1 second. My pen just flew from me. 1 second, please. I'll just get 1 second. Oh. Yeah. So I'm back. So something that they signed up to. This is something that they signed up to. And they refuse to comply with the rule of law. They believe that they are above the rule of law. I'm urging you all, those of you watching, if you have not subscribed to Citizen AY on YouTube, please go and do so now. Right now we're simultaneously streaming on both YouTube and Facebook. So I would like you to go right there. I stand with Chief Sunday Igboho. I stand with Igboho 100%. So you can see it on the broadcast, and that's what we're saying. So now, and there's similarity. The same government that refused to comply with international law has completely disregarded the right to treat the citizens in a humane sense. Everybody under UN Charter, you have the right to protect your life, to take every means to protect who you are, and there should be a respect for your life and dignity for who you are. They killed these two men. I'm going to be talking about it. These two men were killed illegally. And the federal government of Nigeria is refusing to release their bodies. That is what we're saying. And we stand on that 1000%. Nothing else they can say about that. We are not going to relent or agree or be silenced. We are going to speak up. We are going to continue to make people aware of we are telling the entire world, that the Fulani government are oppressing us. These are signs of oppression, in case many of you don't know. Those of you who are speaking one Nigeria. Yesterday, there was one guy who was coming out and talking about he believes in one Nigeria, and he's a southerner. Now we're asking, if you're saying you believe in one Nigeria, can you please explain to us why is it that a government that has now admitted that they killed 2 people does not see it fit to release the bodies of the people that they illegally killed to the family? Instead, the government is happy for the family to be suffering double pain. Number one, the government has killed their loved one. Number two, they have nobody to grieve over. Number three, they are not able to bury their loved one because the government of the day believes that they are judge and jury above all. The government, the Fulani government, believe that nobody can question them. This is why we need to go. These are evidence of why we are going for Yoruba nation. It is happening in front of the entire world, and nobody is saying anything. Again, we are once again asking our elders, our Yoruba elders, is this a good state of affairs? Those of you that are in governance now, the senators, the House of Reps, the ministers, the APC, PDP, this is for you as a Yoruba man. We are asking you this direct question. Is this a good state of affairs? We are asking you. These two men, again, I will keep going back to it. Adogan was illegally killed. And Afar, they were illegally killed. And as we speak, till date, the federal government of Nigeria is refusing to release their bodies. Who remembers the case of what they did to let me see. I'm going to get that name out. I keep forgetting. I'll just shell. Let me see. Ogoni 9. Let me see. I'm going to just scan to get that right. I want to make sure I get the name. Now, I'm just going to come. I'm going to bring to your attention, and I'm going to read their names. Yes. Do you all remember the Ogoni 9? This is what I want you to understand. We are not in a democracy. Who remembers the Ogoni 9? This is where you will know that we are not in a democracy. When the government illegally tried the Ogoni 9, and their names are Ken Sarowiwa, Saturday Dobi, Nodu Elwo, Daniel Boko, Paul Levera, Felix Nuati, Barry Bobera, Barinem Kiobel, John Quiney. They were executed in 1995. Do you know what the federal government did? And they were executed because they were demanding that the government, that their people, from whom the oil comes from their area, and they were saying that they get a fair share of the oil because their people were living in abject and in poverty and being enslaved in the land, and they won't get access to their own oil. So they stood up and said, we demand that the oil people in our area get better access to resources. You know what the government of the contraption Nigeria did? They tried them illegally, extrajudicial killing. They killed them. They never received fair hearing. You know what is worse about it? Why I am saying this? They poured acid over those 9 bodies and dissolved it so that the family would never have a body to bury. That's why we are saying this. And so far, this government now is refusing to release the bodies of the 2 that they now admitted they killed. These 2. I'll keep going on about it because I want to make sure that the whole world hears this message. The whole world must hear this message. R.I.P. Adogan, he was standing. We have every right to go for self-determination. And nobody can stop us. You know? Bukola Williams Abiodu did not reply. Bukola Williams, please, I do apologize. Text me on my number right now. I will try and answer you. There is a lot that I'm having to do, as you can imagine. It's not on purpose. I do get a lot of messages. So my brother, as I'm seeing it now, please text me on that WhatsApp number right now. Bukola Williams Abiodu. I do apologize for those of you that may be trying to reach me. If you do not reach me, I have a lot that I do get to look at, and a lot of things, a lot of meetings, a lot of planning and organization that goes on behind the scenes, way beyond just coming on air, that I do get involved in. So please, if I don't get back to you immediately, I do apologize. This is not of any, there is no intention on my part to disregard anybody. There is no intention on my part to belittle whatever you have to say. I take everyone's suggestions very, very important and valid. In fact, like I've said, Each and every one of us, we are all leaders in this struggle for Yoruba Nation, Biafra Nation, Middle Belt, and we need to work together. So please, I do apologize. I've put my number on the text me now, and let me see if I think that the number is on. If you text me your number now, we can then, when I finish, I'll try and be in touch, or I'll try and write to you as I'm even on air right now on that number. But going back to where I am, so those names are there to you. I'm going to try and see if I can bring them up. I'll try and bring them up as well. Because these are things that we have all too often forgotten. So let's bring their names up. Let's bring their name up, Ogoni 9, and I'm going to try and see if I can get a picture. Now, there was a program that they did about the Ogoni, about the Nigerian government and their batcha and all of that stuff, and that area. It was there that we found out that they poured acid on the bodies of the 9 that were speaking up for their people. Now, the reason why we're saying that, what possible reason could Nigerian government have for holding on to the body of the 2 men that they killed? What possible reason? These are the questions we need to ask. These are the questions we should be asking. So let me just I'm just going to bring this back 1 second. I want to bring this back 1 second. So I'm going to do this. Let me see. So I'm going to bring you, in case of those of you who may not know the name of Ken Saro-Wiwa, and I want to bring it to your attention. That's why I am doing I am trying to bring this to us all to be aware. We cannot be silent in the face. The government of the day. Imagine the pain and the misery of the wife and children of Adogan. Imagine the pain and the misery of the wives and children of Afa. Imagine their pain. The government released a statement to everybody in the world. Oh yes, we killed them. And the government of the day, forgetting that they are citizens of Nigeria, of that contraption. This is why we are going on. They have not once contacted the family, organized how to transfer the body back to them so they can have a burial. What possible reason do they have for holding on to the body? And they are heaping misery upon the loss of the husband, those 2 men, on their families and children. These are the kind of things that we are talking about. This is injustice. If you are looking for one simple reason why we are going for Yoruba Nation, this is it. If anybody asks you, why do you want to go for Yoruba Nation? You can say to them confidently, it is because the Nigerian government has no regard for you, particularly if a southerner. For you or your family, when they kill you, they will get rid of your body. They will not let your family bury you. They don't believe that you have the right to decent burial. As a southerner, they don't. They can come and prove me wrong. They do not believe that you, as a citizen in that country of Nigeria, as a southerner, you do not have the right to burial unless they tell you to do so. And they have no regard for the family of those they killed. The federal government has no regard for the family of those they killed. Now let me get the picture of Ken Saro-Wiwa up. I'm going to just show you. Let me just go 1 second. I'm going to bring late Ken Saro-Wiwa, and I want to show you in the docs. So let me just show you, to show you the kind of governance that we're in. This is why we should. I'm giving you clear instances. Those of you who believe in one Nigeria, when you watch this, you'll know. You will know. I don't even have to. When just seeing the pictures, you will know that the game is up. That there is no grounds upon which you as a southerner can speak up for one Nigeria. Because you know that your people are being oppressed by this Fulani government. They have been oppressed. And that is the fact that we need to confront collectively as southerners. So we ask again, why they must release the body. Like I said, RIP Adogan, federal government must release his body to his family. They have to release it to the family. They must, as a matter of urgency, if to have any decency, any humanity, a government should that if it cares for imagine the children, imagine their kids. We don't know how old imagine their children. Oh, your dad is no more, but there's no evidence for them. Where's the evidence that the dad is? And they can't see him. He's nowhere. He's just disappeared. Just like Ken Saro-Wiwa. Let me just see. all those years ago. But then somebody will come and tell you we're democracy. Tell me, in what democracy does a body disappear and nobody nobody asks a question? If that happens in any country, you will find that it is not a democracy, and the same applies here. That's the point we're trying to make here. Now let's go and see if I can find so Kenule Bason let me just try and get a picture of him if I can find. So here we go. May his soul rest in peace. I'm going to come back. That's Ken Saro-Wiwa there. Let me see if you can see it. I'm just trying to show you. That's Ken Saro-Wiwa. He died 10th of November 1995 at the hands of the military. Can you see there's a thread going on here? The government of the day. This is not time. They've not just started doing this thing whereby they go and kill people, citizens, and no questions asked. They've been doing it a long time. This has been done for a long time. The difference is that now we are not going to be silent about it, and we are going to. You see, I'm deliberately putting this up there so that we all know the same process whereby what they did all the years back with Ken Saro-Wiwa and the others that they killed is the same procedure that they're doing now. No difference. No difference. They dissolved the body in acid. The bodies of the 9 killed was dissolved in acid. May his soul rest in peace. And all Ken Saro-Wiwa was doing, very much like Oloye Sunday Igboho is doing now, was speaking up for the rights of his people to benefit from their own resources in their land, and to be able to walk safely on the streets without being killed by Fulani terrorists. Can you see the similarity? Can you see? I hope you can see it. Please, those of you watching, don't just watch. Share this broadcast. It's really important. Yeah. Exactly. You see? The government, the successive government in that contraption, Fulanis are only interested in one thing. If you're a southerner, silence you and kill you. You can see that's the evidence here. Silence you. It's all they want. They don't want you. They see your life is not for them. Your life as a southerner is no better than their cow. In fact, it is less than their cow. And they consider us less than their cow. That is why they can come into our communities, go and target our farmers, and kill our farmers, and not pay compensation. Now, let me ask you a question. So, this is Ken Saro-Wiwa that was killed by the military, Sani Abacha. And this was done by Sani Abacha. And you know what the audio president says? Sani Abacha was a good man. Yeah, that's your audio president. So, under the dictatorship of Sani Abacha, that was when Ken Saro-Wiwa was killed. And audio president he prides Abacha as a good man. And this man that you see, may so rest in peace, Ken Saro-Wiwa, was speaking up for the Delta people so that they can have access to their resources. Can you see that nothing has changed? As we speak now, the Fulanis are intent on taking our resources. Nothing has changed. Nothing. The plan is still the same, to take our resources. That is what is going on. And we say, no, Allah, no, you don't look, Allah, let's look. You need to do. Can you? It is time for you to think think outside the box, my friend, my brother. You need to think differently now. We are the government. So are they justified? Is the government justified in killing Yoruba people? Is that what you're saying? Is that what you're saying? I don't understand that statement. When you say Allah said a statement, and I want you to all read it. Allah said, let me see. And I don't know if I don't blame the Fulani in power. Yoruba people sold themselves. We know that. The question is, what are we going to do about it now? Stating the obvious is not going to get us out of the situation, my brother. I'm asking you, what are we doing about it? And here's what I propose. I'm proposing that we start exposing, shining a light, exposing this fraud This is why this man here, he stood up for his people to get access to the resources so they can be able to live better quality of life for the coming generations. What did the government do? They killed him. They killed him. That's what they did. And that is why I'm bringing this back to your attention. Because people will go, oh, this is a new thing. No. This is what the Fulanis have been doing for a long time. They've been doing it for a long time. But we were too busy praying. We were too busy on our knees begging God. We were too busy in the churches. If the Fulanis respected God, they would not be killing you and they would not be killing Southerners. If they had any fear of God in the Allahu Akbar that they like you to say, that they want you to pray, or the Jesus Christ that they put in front of you, they will not be out killing. If a government respected the power of the Most High, like they say they do, the killings that is going on now would simply not be happening. So what does that tell you? All of that is a game. It's a game calculated to deceive you, to make you continue to pray whilst they kill you and take your land. That is what it is. So I'm putting the picture of Ken Saruwa here and his fellow 9 men that were killed. I try and physically and find a picture of them. And as you can see, Shell was involved in all of this. This is all about money. This is all about access to our resources, who has those access and who controls it. This was what it's about. And it still remains the case till today about everything else in our land. Gold and everything else. I've told you, you've seen videos that I've done where I've spoken about what we have in the southwest, in the southeast, in terms of resources, and the middle belt. And they want unfettered access to it, minus us the people. Again. So I want to just bring this to your attention. And this man was killed under the dictatorship of Sani Abacha. You see it there. I'm bringing this. Can you see there is a link? They killed him. They poured acid on his body. Not just him. They've all 9. Go and ask the family. They got nowhere to bury. They have nobody to bury. We don't want that to happen in the case of Adogan. So we are asking a question. The government must release the body of Adogan and Afa. The federal government of Nigeria must release the bodies. Do you please type 1 if you agree with what I'm saying? Please just type 1. If you agree that they must release the body, type 1. Type 1. Those of you watching again, please join us on Citizen AY on YouTube as well. We need to get the platform up and running, views, and share it far and wide, please. I would really appreciate that. Type 1. Because I want to stop at this point. Sometimes like I said, in between the program, it's better to stop and take stock of what is being said and reassess so that we can make the changes. If it's going the way it shouldn't be going, we can address it straight away. Type 1 if you agree that the government, the least that the government can do in the case, once they admitted that they killed those 2, is to release the body to the family. Type 1 if you agree. Type 1 if you agree. Type 1. Thank you. So I've got on Citizen AY, Nelson Momodu says 1, Bola Meduteni says 1, Ogoya Oluwaseun says 1, Bolaji Ajiborisha says 1, Oloye Ajibola Bolaji says 1, Godwin Sunday says 1, Az Adeyemi Aziz says 1, Ayemedu Arile 1. There's 1. I can see the ones. Perfect. Thank you very much. I am grateful. Now it gives me, I feel really glad that many of you it makes sense to you. So I am not making, this is not something that I'm doing to sort of to create something else. It is a decency. It's a human nature. You are connected to human nature. When a family that has been deliberately bereaved is being denied the right to see their loved one and to bury it, that is inhumane. That is cruel beyond words. That is cruelty. And the same people who are carrying out this cruelty are telling you that we are a democracy. Please explain to me what part of what they're doing is a democracy. What part of it? Yeah, what's coming soon? Yes, we need to prepare. That's what I'm saying. So what part of what they're doing is a democracy? please, they need to explain that to us. Which part of withholding the body of the people that you killed, thereby prolonging the suffering of the family, and not putting into place immediately compensation for the family? You notice the other day, the federal government of Nigeria, to alleviate the pains of the people in Katsina, do you know what they did? They shared 9.5 billion naira among 200,000 households or something like that. Tell me, how much compensation are they giving? Have they given to our farmers that they've killed for all these years? How much? In the south? How much? I'd like, if you know, let me know. But they want you to believe in one Nigeria. So when it comes to sharing the money and splitting it, they will take all the 9.5 billion naira. They share it in Katsina. Now we know that they haven't got that many people, that many households anyway. But that is what they've done. That way, that money is in their pockets. We know. We know. So now, what I am saying now, please, we will not relent. I've showed you Kensarua and the 9 that they killed, execution by hanging, for demanding for the right of the people to access, to be able to benefit from the resources beneath their feet. This is about resources. Don't take my word for it. In fact, I'm going to do something now. Now, what's that area? Niger Delta, yeah? So, you see, Niger Delta. Crude oil extraction since 18, and which was suffered extreme environmental damage from decades of indiscriminate petroleum waste dumping. The reason why they silenced this man was they denied the people of Niger Delta the access to benefits, to the resources, to be able to have those resources in their area, to benefit that area, to be able to live good lives. Don't forget, at that time, oil was a very hot commodity, and it still is now. What is wrong with the people in that area getting benefit to be able to have the skills to go to school? No. Instead, this man was killed. It is about resources. It was about resources then. It is about resources now. Are you following me? It was about resources then. It is about resources now. Nothing has changed. They are devising. These guys don't sleep 24/7. They are looking at the ways and means in which they can access and take control, complete control of the South, and be able to use that resource and give it to those whoever they wish to give it to in the West. And they'll get whatever they want to get. And we suffer. That is what is going on. So I'm bringing that here. And what means, and when you speak up against this injustice, you get killed. Yes, I stand with Igboho. That's what we need to be saying. I stand with him. So I'm putting this before you all. Please, please, please don't forget, those of you watching, go and subscribe to Citizen AY on YouTube right now. I would urge you to subscribe and share and watch. Yes, then and now. Yes, I know Oluwapo, Modupe Oluwa. Thank you very much. This is the game. It is once you see, let's stop killing ourselves. There is no amount of prayer. Now that we know that what they were after at that time and why they killed Kensarua was because of the Niger Delta oil, and they wanted to look at the oil blocks that they're giving to people. How many people in the North own oil block? But then, the people, and how many people in the Middle Belt own oil block? How many? I want to know. I just want to know. How many? So when you are here talking to me about let's go and pray to God, let's go and pray on church on Sunday, let's go and pray. Look, they are after your resources. The more you tell our people to go and pray in churches and mosques, the more they are leaving themselves defenseless to these people to exploit and kill us in our land. I don't have a problem with you praying individually. Don't get me wrong. I don't have a problem with that. You can pray in the mosque. You can look. You see, there is a saying in the Bible and the Quran: your body is your temple. Go look it up. Your body is your temple. You can pray within your body. You can just be looking like this. You can be walking anywhere and you pray anywhere you want. You don't need to go to their church. because their church is there to brainwash you. Their mosque is there to brainwash you, to never realize that what they are trying to do is to keep you awake and keep you asleep so that they can take your resources and tell you, blame everybody else for the problem that they have created in your lives. These are the things we're asking. So you can see, I keep putting it back. Tell them to go and provide Ken Saro-Wiwa's body. Tell them to go and provide it. They can't. Ask their families, the 9 families, if they've got a body to bury. And can you imagine the psychological damage that does to somebody when you cannot see a body to bury? You know the government have killed this person, but there is no body for you to bury. Can you imagine the psychological damage to the children? Can you? Can you imagine it? This is what is going on. It was about resources then. It is about resources now. No difference. It is time we all woke up. But in the meantime, we are saying, exactly, pray in my room. Sometimes I pray inside my toilet. Thank you very much. Thank you. This is what it's about. This idea. And can the churches, where were the churches when they were killing Ken Saro-Wiwa? Where were they? Where were the mosques? Why did they let this happen? But they will tell you to come to church on Sunday. Can you not see the absurdity of what's going on? I'm just asking, I'm just saying. Again, when I'm saying this, you can practice whatever religion you want. What I'm telling you is when they're trying to get you into groups to go in and pray and brainwash your mind, they want you to never be able to question them and hold them to account on the fact that they've denied you your access to natural resources in your area. They put in, as we speak, you are being ruled by promulgation decree number 24 of 1999, in which there is a 68 exclusive items that denies you, as we speak, your right to your natural resources. But they're the same people who will tell you to go and pray in the church on a Friday, on a Sunday, and go to the mosque and pray. So why, if they so believe in prayer, why is it that they are imposing unjustness, unfairness on you, but they're telling you to pray? Do they believe that God will hold them to account? Do they? Do they believe that? The people who are, I'm telling you, we are going for Yoruba nation. Yoruba nation now. You see what I'm giving you clear evidence of where this case now. If anybody tells you why is it you're going for Yoruba nation, you just show them these 2 pictures. Show them these 2 pictures. You see, I'm going for Yoruba nation because the federal government of Nigeria does not consider Southerners to be human beings of worthy of anything, to be able to be buried without the government interfering once they kill somebody. The government is refusing to release the bodies of Southerners. The federal government of Nigeria is refusing to release the bodies of Southerners that they themselves have agreed that they killed, so that the family can heal to a certain extent. But instead, to deepen the pain of the families, the government holds on to the body. But you tell me to believe in one Nigeria. Please explain that one. Yes, Bola Ige, Delegiwa, Razak Kuti, wife, exactly. All that you will see, the long history, in the 60-year history of the government, of this Fulanis in government, it's about killing, suppression, and oppression. Killing, suppression, and oppression. Killing, suppression, and oppression. Killing, suppression, and oppression. Kill everywhere you go. And that is why we are saying they must release the body of Adogan to the family, and they must release the body of Alpha as soon as ASAP. Now. They must release it now. And they need to lift the wanted tag from the name of Oloye Sunday Igboho. He's done nothing. They must remove the tag wanted from the name of Oloye Sunday Igboho. He has done nothing. Now let me move the slide. So again, we call it on. I will come back to that slide again. Let me forward it again. Let me see. Can I forward it? No, 1 second. Okay. Oh, it's not. Let me do that now. I don't know. Okay. Let me go back. I want to just give you. I'm going to keep it to where. Now, I stand with Oloye Sunday Igboho. And so should you. And here's why. Oloye Sunday Igboho, he doesn't need to do any. He's a self-made man. He's a self-made man. He doesn't need your money. He doesn't even have to look at anybody else. But he has humanity within him. That is a sign of a good leadership. He has humanity. When he saw how they killed Dr. Aborode, who came back home from Germany. Again, Dr. Aborode was a decent man, a great man, living in Germany. He could have stayed in Germany. But he wanted to make the lives of his people in Oyo State better. He came back home, built a huge farm, employing lots of people, selling crops, selling his goods. And the Fulanis did not like that. So they killed him in his own farm. They killed him. Ask one question. Has the federal government of Nigeria, have they paid the compensation on Dr. Aborode? Has the federal government of Nigeria, have they paid the compensation to the family of Dr. Aborode? Have they even gone to see them? Have they? Have they paid them? Remember I told you, they paid 9.5 billion naira to Katsina people, 200 and something thousand households. Where is the pay for taking the lives of Yoruba people? Because when you pay for taking the lives, the people who are doing it, they will be afraid of doing that, because they know that the family will not be made destitute. The government of the day, you will know that this is a clear government plan. They are killing our farmers, they are killing us daily, and they're not paying any compensation because they want to deny us any access to be able to thrive in our own land. So those of you telling me, oh, you believe in one Nigeria, and you're a Southerner, you better wake up. You better wake up. This is a Southerner speaking up for his people. Igboho does not care about money. He cares about his people. He cares about the coming generation. They tried to harm him. They couldn't. So they took two of his closest people. And there are questions around how that was happening, but we'll leave that for another time. But what I'm saying, they are killers. It's not now. It's not only now. They've been killers for a long time. Look. They said Kanawa was tried. Tried for what? Let me go and do something for you. Let me go. Mineral resources in Niger Delta. Let me just go. Let me show you again. People will have seen it in Niger Delta. Yeah? Let's just do this. In Niger Delta. I want you to see this. Yeah. Okay. Natural gas. By either after oil, you see they got oil and gas in Niger Delta. One of my friends told me that there's a place in Niger Delta, was it Niger Delta, somewhere there, that the gas, there's a permanent gas flare that is burning 24/7. It's not tapped, it's not covered. They said they will feel the heat. And that has been wasted. Imagine the amount of jobs that could have been created, if they piped those gas and created jobs in the area, and we'll be able to sell gas to people boycott around. Imagine that. But no. Because it's in the south, they don't want the southerners to benefit from it. So they will let it flare and waste into the environment and create misery. And you tell me you want to believe in one Nigeria. Like I said, Niger Delta, the only reason why they are there, they got the oil. They don't want the people to have access. These are the kind of things you need to be aware of. Anytime you see there's a problem, go and look at the area. Anytime you see, if you look at what they're doing, go and look at all over South. We have resources in untold quantities and value, inestimable values, incalculable wealth is what we are sitting on. But they don't want us to have access as Southerners. They want it for themselves as Fulanis. And the land belongs to you and I. So what are they doing? They're systematically killing us in our own land. Genocide is going on right now because of our resources. That is why they killed Ken Saro-Wiwa. It's about resources. Let's say it. You know? Look, we are, as I told you, FACOBs, we are waiting for, Yomiko Eki spoke to me moments ago, and the lawyers have still not been, they've not been allowed to be seen. They've not allowed the lawyers to see those illegally arrested. So that is something that is going on. But we need to make noise about this. We need to make noise. We have to put pressure on these governors to release those bodies. That is the most important thing right now. We are also putting pressure in terms of the people who are being illegally, and we are hearing that Lagos now, they've refused the bail to those who went to the protest in Lagos. And that's another thing we need to speak against. And also, Governor Sanwo-Olu has not been to see Jumoke Oyeleke's parents. Governor Sanwo-Olu has not been to see Jumoke Oyeleke's parents. Yes. Exactly, they're killing one by one. Federal government can pay dollars because they are killing our people one by one, killing Yoruba people one by one. Exactly, you know. Yeah, I know. Yeah, the people. Someone said citizen area. The people you are talking about are senseless people. They only have brain of crooks and kill because of southern resources. Thank you very much. I couldn't put it any better. So, look, these are the things that we need to be aware of. I'm putting the picture here. Ken Saro-Wiwa was killed because he spoke up for his people. He wasn't killed because, he was against the government. He was speaking up for the right of his people. Ken Saro-Wiwa was well-to-do. He didn't need the money. Again, he spoke up for his people. He put his life down for his people. And the government killed him. And they tried to say, they convicted of what? What did he kill somebody? Did Ken Saro-Wiwa kill anybody? He didn't kill anybody. He was simply speaking up for his people and say like they should have access to the. Look, they're living in penury. The fishes have been killed. There's environmental damage in that area because the oil companies don't take care of the land of our people. The people who fish, they can't eat the fish. They cannot. They're starved. You see. So what we are saying is this. I'm putting all of this here. I'm not going to keep it too long. So I'm just bringing it back and forth, back to you all to understand all the way back in, let me just see what year was this one. In 1995. He was killed November 1995 under Abacha's government with unfair trial. Nobody on this world can tell us that was a fair trial. It was a set-up job to jail and kill somebody, and they say you put it on TV. This was all controlled. There was no evidence that was allowed for him to be able to defend his case, and the international community sat silent and watched this happen. Yes, the international community. This time we are going to be the ones doing the shouting to make the whole world know. We demand that they remove the wanted sign off the head of Oloye Sunday Igboho. He's a decent man willing to fight for his people. And that is it. You know, exactly. Well, what do we expect from cows? I know. So anyway, so I'm just bringing this to your attention, but I'm going to go back. Now, let's talk about the people that have been arrested. I'm going to see if I can, I don't know if I'll try and get somebody on later on. Now, this is Lady K. If you saw in the video, when in their illegal arrest, Lady K was limping. Lady K was limping. We demand that she get treatment. We don't even know. For all we know, by all accounts, all of them, they don't have a change of clothes. They've been illegally arrested and they don't have a change of clothes. We don't know. They're not being allowed to be seen by their own lawyers. They are not being allowed to be seen. So they're not being allowed to be seen by their own lawyers. These are the reasons why we are saying to you all, we must go for Yoruba nation. Just on the evidence of how they are treating Yoruba people, that they illegally abducted, is enough evidence of why we have to go for Yoruba nation, Biafra nation, Middle Belt nation. We must go for it. We have to go for it. And I'm here to tell you, we cannot relent. We must put the pressure. The struggle all the way where they killed Ken Saro back on the 10th of November 1995 is the same struggle we're in now. Are you following me? It's the same struggle. Nothing has changed. That is why I'm telling you we are under a military decree. We are under a military decree. Niger Delta is full of oil. They are giving themselves oil blocks in Niger Delta. Let me see who owns oil blocks in Niger Delta. Let's go and do that question now. Let's go and do that. So let's do that now. So I'm going to do something now. I have a list somewhere, but I want to try and see if I can just bring this up. 1 second to show you what is we are faced with. It's not about, our problem is not church or the mosque. If anything, those are designed to distract us from what our real problem is. I'm here to expose it to you. Who owns oil blocks in Niger Delta? I'm going to just give it up to you now. I want to just make sure these are things we need to be doing now. So if you're going to be going to church, you are only allowing those who oppress you to be able to walk all over you, and yeah. So yeah, okay, we're hearing that Elumelu owns OML 17. So who else owns the other ones? Who else owns the other ones? We want to know. These are questions we should be asking. And why? Why is it that people are suffering? Why? Why are we have all these resources, our people are suffering? Why? These are the questions. They're using some of us to oppress us, and it's time we woke up to it. It's time we woke up. So this lady K here, like I said, she's hobbling, and there's another person apparently that is seriously, critically ill, and two of them are not. I don't know if it's Lady K that's severe. There's two people that are seriously ill that the federal government is preventing from getting medical help. Again, that is inhumane. Again, that is a government. A government cannot be in the business of refusing to. You see, the human dignity overrides everything else. Even if a person commits a crime in the UK, that person gets fair treatment. Even if he commits a crime, they will get medical help. They will get decency. All of this. So, what makes it different in contrast to Nigeria? In contrast to Nigeria, what is worse? If you're a Fulani man, you will get away with everything. Look at Gumi. Gumi is walking around telling terrorists that we should love terrorists, we should respect them, and we should get the dialogue them, we should pay them money. And Gumi is flying around in jets with all of these political whatever they come say of government officials, the party officials, and is not arrested. And Oloye Sunday Igboho simply is speaking up for Yoruba people. And what? Guess what? He's now they tried to kill him. They've killed two of his confidants, and they've arrested the people that you see on your screen. They've arrested the people that you see on your screen. This is why we are doing what we're doing. This is why we are doing what we are doing. You cannot be silent as a Southerner. And at this time, I will also say they must free Nnamdi Kanu now. And there are many more that we don't even know of that in Biafra that have been incarcerated as well. Agbajalingo the other day, government had to pay something like 35 million naira or something because of how he was treated. Now we don't know even if he will get that money. What I'm trying to tell you here is that this governance, we have clear reasons why we can no longer be part of this governance. We need to separate. We have every right to go for self-determination. And the fact that they are holding our people and oppressing us in our own land is justification why we must go for self-determination. You cannot be oppressing us, silencing us, killing us in our own land, and expect us to believe in that contraption. We can no longer believe in one Nigeria. Even those who are saying they believe in one Nigeria, they know the game is up. They know. Because the amount of evidence that we are placing before the world now via the social media and other media that we have is something that they can no longer contain. The government is the government of the day is trying to do everything to prevent information that the people have every right to have from getting to their hands. Data has been made so expensive for our people that if you buy data within a week, it runs down quickly. If you have to spend more money, the more you spend, the less you're getting. Yes, I said it. The more money you spend on data, the less you are getting. Because that data is running. And it is all designed to make sure that you are in the dark. And just like they are keeping us in the dark with electricity, so they are doing with the data, all the telephone lines and all of the data, all of the mobile data. They want to make sure that those of us in the South are not able to speak and communicate, so they will know what is really going on and be able to plan and protect ourselves against what they're doing. That is why we're saying to you, these guys here, the people you see going on the screen via on the pictures that are coming in this are evidence of why we need to go for Yoruba nation, because they are all Yoruba people being oppressed and suppressed in their own land by the Fulani government, and we are hereby telling everybody, it is on you and I. It is not Citizen Iowa alone. It is not Mayego alone. It's not Simon Ekpa. It's not Erelu. It is not Heritage. It is not Concern Oduduwa. It is not Lady K. It is not. It is all of us that we need to speak up about this. All of us must speak up about this. We need to all speak up about this. This is injustice. This is sheer injustice that you must all join hands and demand. We can no longer be silent. We can no longer be silent. A government holds on to the bodies of 2 people that they illegally killed. Imagine the pain that the family is going through. The kids are probably saying, "Where's dad?" to the mom. Mom is saying, "Oh, dad is he's dead." But okay, can we see his body? Can we see him? Can they grieve? Are they God? Let me ask a question. Are the Fulanis, are they the gods of us Yorubas or what? Are they the gods of the Biafrans? Are they the gods of Middle Beltans? Why is it that they can do whatever they want to us and we have to accept this injustice? Why? I want to know why. Why is it that the Fulani government can oppress us in our land and all we simply do is let us pray? Why? I want to know why. Why? This is the highest disregard for life you can think of. You took 2 lives and the families are grieving, they're distraught. The children, do you know, like I said, the psychological damage that will be done to the families, the wives, the children, when a government that's supposed to take care of its citizens is putting the citizens through hell? And you're telling me to believe in one Nigeria? And you say, go and pray. They need counseling. Has the government provided counseling to the wives and the children? I'm asking, has the federal government provided counseling to the wives and children for the trauma that the government has put them into? Has the government set in place a compensation scheme for them right away, to be paying them for paying them right up until the kids go to secondary school? Have they done so? What evidence do you have that is there? What evidence do you have to show me that you say your one Nigeria cares for you as a Nigerian, as a Southerner? Give me the evidence, because I'm giving you evidence of the lack of care. But you are telling me one Nigeria. Okay, you say you're what, but they are taking, as you are saying one Nigeria, they are killing us. They are labeling us wanted in our land. But Gumi is walking around free. You've got pictures. Go and look at Citizen AY. There are pictures of Gumi handing money to terrorists. He's not arrested. But you still want me to believe in one Nigeria. How? I'm just asking a simple question. How? That's all, tell me how. Tell me how I can believe in one Nigeria. When Gumi, so which means that Gumi, because he's a Fulani man, he can do anything you want. I told you, your life as a Southerner means nothing. How many of you dare touch a Fulani man? when you know that they've done wrong in your state, what you do, you take them to the police. And when you take them to the police simply let them go. And there's nothing you can do. But if you're a southerner and you're in the north, you do something wrong, the people will not wait for the police. They will deal with you there. They will kill you there and nothing will happen. Prove me wrong. I'm waiting for somebody to prove me wrong on this one. Prove me wrong. Let somebody doubt what I just said now. Let me say, in case you didn't hear me, if you are a southerner, if Fulani man does anything wrong to you in the south, to not create any problems, you arrest them, you call the police or take them to the police, you hand it to the police. And as soon as they get to the police station, a call will come from Abuja, let him go. And that is it. End of matter. And nothing will happen to him. But if you're a southerner, if you do something wrong in the north, I guarantee you the Fulanis will not wait for the army or the police. They will deal with you themselves. And there's nobody that will hold them to account. That is your one Nigeria. That is your one Nigeria. That is why I can never, till my dying days, I am Yoruba man. I am Yoruba nation. And nothing will change it. All of us on this journey, we sign up because we fully recognize that we are second class. We are less than the value of the cows to the Fulanis in our own land. And we now tell the Fulanis, if you want to keep the name Nigeria, fine, keep it, but it must be in the north. We are Yoruba nation. We are Biafra nation. We are Middle Belt nation. You have no right, none. You are a guest in our land. And the oppression and suppression you put under for so long is enough. We are going to rise up and we are going to take what is ours. Our land is our land. We're not disputing your land in the north. If the Fulanis still want if the Hausas still want to cohabit with the Fulanis in there, great. Keep the name Nigeria in the north. In the south, we want no part. All you've ever brought us has been oppression, suppression, killings of our people, silencing us, brainwashing us to be worshipping the Fulanis. We've been brainwashed to worship the Fulanis. Did you hear me? We have been brainwashed from childhood to worship the Fulanis. How many of you learned about the story of Usman Danfodio in school? I did. I remember. How many of you were taught about the story of Usman Danfodio in school? I remembered. I was taught this in school. This is not a question. How many of you? I'm telling you, if you're a southerner, you've been brainwashed to worship the Fulanis, and it's time to break this nonsense up. Break this nonsense up. Rip up that. Look, take it like a piece of paper. It is time to do this to it. You have to do this to that brainwashing. You need to rip it up. You see? That is what you must do. Rip it up and toss it in the bin. Toss it in the bin. Enough. You and your coming generations are entitled to your resources. I deliberately showed you Ken Saruwiwa. They will tell you he was convicted of a crime. He wasn't. There was no. What crime? The crime he committed was to tell his people that they have resources in their land that they can benefit from. And the government killed him. They killed him. And they've been killing ever since. They've been killing ever since. They've been killing ever since. All they know is to kill. Our economy can, in the Yoruba land alone, the farmers can be the serious engine room. Again, in the southwest, in southeast, the farmers, they can be the engine room because our soil is so fertile. You don't need fertilizers. Newsflash, you do not need fertilizers in southwest or southeast. Have you seen the amount of yams? When people grow yams in farms, big size, I mean, gigantual yams, you know, cassava, whatever. And we can be the ones who are selling phosphate in Ogun State. We have phosphate in Ogun State that we can export to the rest of the world because it's coming from our land, and they put that in their soil, it will grow. Look, Hello, caller. I'm on the live broadcast right now. Do you want to contribute anything to the call to this broadcast? Hello? Hello? Hello, I'm on the live broadcast right now. Do you... Okay, we'll talk later. Thank you. Bye-bye. So that was a call there. But I'm you know what? I'm going to open the lines in the next few minutes. But I'm showing you these pictures. That's Afa. We demand that his body be released. They have to remove the wanted sign from Oloye Sunday Igboho. They must release Lady K. They must release Lady K. They must release Jamil and Noah. They must release Alhaji Raji Kasim. They must release all of them. They must release Taiwo Opeyemi. Many of you would have seen him on Koiki Media. He's been arrested. There's Ayoba McDonald. Why all they are doing is going for Yoruba nation, and they have to release the body of Adogan. They have to release their body. And Afa, they must release their bodies. 13 people, from what we understand, have been illegally abducted. And we call again, we say to you all, we have to ensure that they lift the wanted sign of Oloye Sunday Igboho. They are not gods. Fulanis, newsflash, Fulanis are not gods. You hear me? Fulanis, they are not gods. All they're using, all they know is to terrorize us in the south. They've got Fulani terrorists that they give guns. Do you know that they give guns to Fulani children when they finish school at 16? They graduate and give them AK-47s and they send them to the south to come and kill us. They're not gods, though. You need to understand that they're not gods. They're not gods. They are foreigners in our land. And we need to be very, very clear about this. Like I was saying before, we were taught in school about Uthman Danfodio. And many of us were like, the idea is to make us subconsciously accept that he is the man, he's a hero. A hero to who? To the Fulanis maybe. But to us, he's a threat. Do you get what I'm saying? He is a threat to us. In 1804, he set about using religion to take over land that doesn't belong to him. He went as far as Ilorin. We pushed him back in 1835 in the Yoruba land. Go and look at the history. But they don't want you to know all these things. It's time we woke up. It's time we woke up. We will put a bit of history in the things that we're doing now and then to bring it together so you know and understand who you are. You don't know who you are. Many of us don't know, myself included. I did not know the enormity of who we are as people until I started doing research. And this is where history is so important. We go again, we're saying these people must be freed. As we speak, the federal government of Nigeria are refusing to release men that they illegally abducted from Oloye Sunday Igboho's house. And they are refusing to let the lawyers see them. This is a human rights abuse. This again, to refuse to let the family of Adogan and Alagbafa to receive the bodies and bury them. You know, the Fulanis, here's the thing. When somebody dies, they have to bury within 7 days. This happened on the 4th of July. What's today's date? This happened on the 1st of July, yeah? What's today's date? Today's date is the 12th. Is that not 5 more days than the 7 days? But you will tell me, they believe, let's pray. Do they care about as a Muslim, Yoruba people as a Muslim? You better listen. It is past 7 days now, and they are holding on to the body. They are fast, certainly is Muslim. It is past 7 days. You like to talk about religion, right? Can you see the evidence that the government does not care about that religion? Can you see that? Yes. Because if they did, they would make sure that the family gets the body and it's buried within that 7 days. But they don't care. Instead, they might even come and tell you we've buried it and we've done it for you, which is even more cruel, because they deny the family the right to say goodbye to the to their loved one that they killed. I'm just giving you an example. But in the north, within 7 days, they will make sure the family, they bury it, they will do everything. Nothing will stop it. I keep telling you, our life as Southerners is worth less than that of a cow, as far as the Fulani government is concerned. That is why we need to break away from this contraption. We don't want anything to do with them anymore. Let them keep, they can keep the name Nigeria. We don't want to argue. They can keep it in the north. I maintain it and I keep saying it. They can keep the name in the north. We must go. Look at the people who are on the screen. Look at the people who are on the screen. These are young men speaking up about their rights. Finally, they're waking up. And they're in Nigeria. They are heroes. Every single one of them. Every single one of them. They are heroes. And we need to support them. And this guy is a hero more than others. Those two. Because they gave their lives for what they believed in. And the federal government has no decency to return their bodies to the family. I'm telling you, as a fool, as a Yoruba man, if you're a Muslim, hear me well. Hear me well. Listen. It is now 12. This happened on the 1st of July, right? We're at the 12th of July right now. That's 5 days above the 7 days that you should bury your loved one. 5 days. And at least one of those men is a Muslim. At least one. Do you think the federal government cares about the religion? Do you think so? Where's the evidence? I'm sorry to be blunt. Where's the evidence? Where's the evidence? Bring me the evidence. Where is it? Bring it. Because I don't see it. We say it again. Every single one of those illegally abducted, they must release them. We need them to, our lawyers must allow our lawyers to see them. They are being prevented from being seen. We don't know what they're doing. They may even be brainwashing them for all we know. They may even be brainwashing them to keep people this long and stopping them from seeing people that need to connect with to the outside world. We have to be prepared that they may be brainwashed. And this is injustice. This is yet more. You see, when the government is doing this is systematic torture of the people. Yet more evidence of why we need to break apart from contraction Nigeria. Nobody, I don't care who you are, there is nothing you can tell me to make me believe in this contraption because of the actions. Their actions that they're doing on a daily basis confirms that it is a slave camp. Yes, we must go. We must go. No ifs, no buts. We are going. And we are here to reiterate this point. Jamiu Noah, he must be freed. Alhaji Raji Kazim, he must be freed. Taiwo Opeyemi, he must be freed. Ayobami Donald, he must be freed. R.I.P. Adogan, they must release his body to his family. Afar, they must release his body again on the Muslim point of view. This is a Muslim government, though. The Fulanis, don't mess with Allah, don't do this. Lady K, they must release her immediately. Jamiu Noah, they must release all of them. They must be released. All 13, I've not got all the names here, but you can see what we're saying here. I am giving you clear, concise reasons why we are justified in going for Yoruba Nation. The actions of the government, even now as we speak, in refusing to release those boys, those men arrested illegally, and those two killed. Even with the religious a government that claims to be religious, that they are imposing Sharia law. You have to be. Now they are putting the family through misery. Do you think they care? That is clear evidence that they don't see you. That you say you are Muslim and Yoruba, they don't count your life as anything. Prove me wrong. Finish. Prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. Come and prove me wrong. Simple. Finish. If you say, give me the evidence, I am giving you clear evidence. It is 12 days since they carried out their illegal operation on Oloye Sunday Igboho's house. At least one of the men is a Muslim man. Should have been buried within 7 days. I am not a religious person. I don't do religion. And now you can see the reason why I don't do religion. I never will do religion for them in my life. No. I'm a Yoruba man. I'm trying to connect to my ancestral beliefs. That's what I believe in. Ka bogun ka boja ka shegwa mi ka bagun ka fogun ka fi aja bogun ka fi oríṣiríṣi àwọn ìbílẹ̀ àsìkò tó ka bẹ̀ sí ṣe ọ̀rá bí ìpa wa ẹni tó bá mọ̀ ìpa lálẹ́ títí ìbílẹ̀ ẹgbẹ́ ṣe àsìkò tó ọ̀rá bí à ń ṣẹ́dún lẹ̀ wa mọ́ àgbọ̀dọ̀ bá mọ́ ó tó. So you're telling me that you're a Muslim. Oh, I'm from Oloye, I'm a Yoruba man. I'm from this, I'm a Yoruba man. I'm a Muslim man. I do this. Now that they killed a Muslim that should be buried within 7 days, tell me why they have not released the body. Simple. Tell me. Give me the extraordinary circumstances why they refuse to release the body. Give me. I'm all ears. Tell me. I'm sorry if I'm blunt, but we need to say this to ourselves to wake up. Our people are being killed every day, and we are calling that they release those bodies. And those people who are speaking up to raise the level of awareness, they've been doing a lot of work. Look, guys, let's just wake up. Let's just wake up. That's all I'm telling you. I'm here to just make sure we all wake up and understand what has been done to us. This is oppression. Please, those of you watching, if you are on YouTube, please make sure you subscribe and click the notification button on Citizen AY, so that when I'm doing anything, when I go live on Citizen AY on YouTube, it automatically comes on. As we speak now, we're doing a simultaneous broadcast on Citizen AY on Facebook and on YouTube, and of course we are cross-posting to other platforms. But this is information that we all need. This is about all of us. The single most important thing you must take away from this broadcast before I wrap up is that the only reason that they are doing what they're doing is to have unfettered access to our resources in the South. They don't care about us, the people. It's important we understand that. So no amount of prayer will stop that move. No amount of prayer. If you're believing that if I go and pray harder, the harder I pray, yes, God will come and intervene. No, it's a lie. The harder you pray, you are succumbing yourself to be more easily picked off, killed in your land, and your resources taken from you and your family, coming generations. You better listen up. Be it Christian or Muslim. Your job now is to join the struggle. Raise awareness in your community. Go to it. This is a job for all of us. It's not for me alone. In your community, you need to go into the communities, wake people up, make them know. Tell them about the resources. First, tell them about the resources in their own land. Each area, I can give you the list, and I will get the list out. In each area, there are resources that are being denied you as we speak. And they are telling you, it's all because you're not praying enough. It's because this. It's all a lie. They want those resources. They want you off the land. Go and ask the thief people. The thief people have been chased off their land, and they have been placed in internally displaced camp. Ahmed Wase prevented Macbilla from tabling a motion whereby they will hear the concerns about the fact that thieves are being displaced in their own land by Ahmed Wase, the so-called deputy speaker of the House of Reps. That should tell you the deputy speaker is actually the speaker, because these guys, they don't believe in paper. They do not believe in. Look, they don't believe that Western education is of any value. They are going to eradicate it. They are going for a Fulani Sultanate. And like I said, if they can have their Fulani Sultanate in the north, we're not going to dispute their land. But in our land, Yoruba land, we will be free. We are going for self-determination. Same, likewise Biafra, likewise Middle Belt. Again, please continue on this struggle. We need you all to join hands. Those that you see in purple in the picture, they have all been illegally abducted. The people that you see with RIP, Afar and Adogan, they've been illegally killed, and the government has refused to release their bodies to their family. And of course, you see Oloye Sunday Igboho. He has been, they've labeled, put a label of wanted on him. Why have they not put the sign of wanted on Gumi? Why have they not arrested Gumi? Keep asking yourself that question. If you're saying to me you're one Nigeria, ask yourself that question. Don't ask me. I know why. Ask yourself the question. Why is it okay for Gumi to be walking around free, even though he says on camera that he's talking with terrorists? There's pictures of him giving money to terrorists. He's telling the government to pay terrorists money when they abduct. And he's even making excuses. He says, oh, terrorists only abduct to get money. Oh, they live in the forest because they have nowhere to go. They have to go. They're willing to talk. The government should come and talk to them. But he's walking free. And here we have Oloye Sunday Igboho speaking up for the people, trying to say we have the right to go for self-determination. That is who the government go and arrest. And you tell me there's one Nigeria. How can that be one Nigeria? Please tell me. How can that be one Nigeria? Tell me, those of you speaking, how can that be one Nigeria? The only way that will make sense is if you willingly accept that you are going to be a lamb to be slaughtered. That you're willing to make yourself and your coming generations lamb to be slaughtered for the Fulanis to kill us as they please in your land. How many of you Southerners can go to the north, kill anybody? I'm just asking, how many of us as Southerners can go to the north and kill anybody and not have the entire family wiped out? How many? But how often have we been killed in the south by these Fulanis? How many people they've raped, killed, countless people, and their family are still in. This is. Hello, caller. Hello. I'm on a live broadcast. Hello. Yes. You're speaking to Citizen live. Would you like to join the conversation? Okay, good. You want to join the conversation? Okay, I'll put you on. 1 second. We have a caller on here. I'm not going to mention the name. Go. Okay, go ahead. Hello. Go ahead. Can you hear me?
Yeah. You know something? See the government that we have at the present.
Yes, ma'am.
They are not really a government. They don't have any good heart at all.
No.
And also, they don't follow the government law.
No, they don't.
To be honest, I don't think they have any law.
What law? Exactly.
About Muslim people.
Yeah.
In Yoruba land.
Yes.
But they think the Muslim in North believe in them.
Yeah.
They don't believe in. They think that their religion is the best.
Yeah, exactly.
They're killing our people.
Yeah.
So
oh, the line just went dead. Oh, I hope you can call back again. Let me see if I can call her back. Ladies and gentlemen, at this point, I'm actually going to let you make we can take a half an hour call. So from say till about 7:45, something like that. Then I can wrap it up. So let me see if I can give her a chance to call back. Oh, I don't know what's happened here. I think I know what's happened. I need to just try and sort it. Sometimes I've got so much messages, and that's the problem that happens on the phone. It will work sometimes, and sometimes it will just suddenly lock out. So I will just give me a minute now. I'm going to try and get that reset. There's a lot of messages that comes onto this phone line, so that's what's happening. So I'm going to try and sort that out. 1 second, please. Let me just get that up and running. I'm just going to put this back up. So yeah, they don't respect any rule of law, and they believe that the law that is written, especially, here's one thing I want you to bear in mind. If a law is written in English, then the Fulanis don't consider it a law that applies to them. Did you hear me? If a law is written in English, the Fulanis do not consider that it applies to them. They say it applies to what in the South, because we are the ones speaking the English. That is why they are telling you about Sharia law. That is why they want everything Sharia. That is why all of the economy, sukuk and everything else, they are putting Sharia. And we say to you all, you better wake up. We need to make sure they keep that nonsense, keep it in the north, keep it in Nigeria. In their Nigeria, when they can keep the name Nigeria in the north, but we are going. We must go, and this is why we're saying we say to you. You say, "Oh, you believe in." Those of you Southerners, you don't understand. They don't rate the Western education. They don't care about Western language. They want to see the Fulani language and the Quran and all of that. That's all they want. So when you are busy saying, "Oh, let's be one," the way what they want is to take the entire land and make it a Fulani nation, a Fulani sultanate, without you in it. Or if you are in it, you're a slave. If you are in it, you're a slave. We better wake up. We need to confront this head on. And it's not a question of me being anti-Fulani or whatever. I'm just telling the facts as they are. We are considered to be less than their cows. And like I've just told you, they don't care. They, as far as they're concerned, when they hear you speaking English or the laws of English doesn't relate to them. That applies to us in the South. Do you get it? That applies to us in the South, not to them. That's why they're able to come and tell you, and they will tell you, oh yes, you see, you are allowed to roam freely. The law says you are allowed to roam freely all over anywhere. You can be anywhere in Nigeria. But you go and try that in the South, in the North. You go and say you are allowed to go and roam freely in the North. If they won't kill you and your family on the spot. Do you see what I mean? They are using this is Takia move. It's a perfect Takia move, and it's better. We better wake up. I'm telling you now, we better wake up. We better wake up sharp. So that phone line went. Let me see if I can get. Oh man, this thing is a bit annoying. I'm gonna. I get a lot of messages and it shuts the phone down. But what I'm saying is this: let's not. The focus remains those that you see in the picture behind me on the screen. Lady K, Jamil Noah, Adogan, RIP Adogan, Alaji K, Kazim, I think it is something, all of this, Oloye Sunday Igboho. That's what we are in there for. We are there to ensure that the injustice is addressed and confronted. So I will do another broadcast in Yoruba, but today I wanted to just focus on this and bring the level of awareness. At this time, we're demanding also that the government release Nnamdi Kanu. He must be released. He has to be released. He's done nothing wrong. Particularly when his British passport was left in Kenya. They left it in Kenya, and he's a British subject. And they've arrested somebody who's a British subject and then put him, illegally. And these are the governors, the sick. Everything you see about the government is about oppression. Oh. Hello, I'm on a live broadcast right now. Shame on the sorrow. I'm live right now. Should I? I'm going to wrap it up now. I'm wrapping up now. Okay. Bye. So, ladies and gentlemen, I've just been told I forgot. I was so busy. Lady Adogan is on live right now. I had to come and do this broadcast impromptu. I do apologize. I won't be taking any more calls now. I'm going to bring it to an end. What I want us all to do is I'm putting the pictures up for you to see. We are demanding that they remove wanted sign off the picture of Oloye Sunday Igboho and remove it off the name of Oloye Sunday Igboho. We're demanding that they allow our lawyers to see those that have been arrested illegally. We're demanding that the family of Afa and Adogan be allowed to bury their dead that the government has caused. That's what we're demanding for. So let me just sorry, 1 minute. So those are those two, you see? Those two. Right, okay. So those two, we are asking that the federal government release their bodies so the family can grieve properly. That is the humane thing to do. And from a religious point of view, Afa is a Muslim. He should have been buried within 7 days of his death. That is what they know. That is in there. That I'm not a Muslim person, but that's what you do. The government doesn't care. That to show you that this idea, wake up. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to stop here. Watch out for Omoba Adejoke. She'll be coming back. She'll be coming live. Let's join her and let's share the broadcast. I thank you for watching this broadcast. Thank you. I will try and do a live broadcast, a phone in. I'm going to clear the system, make sure that the phone is ready to be able to take as many calls so that it gets jammed. I just get a lot of messages and it gets jammed up. So I do apologize for that. But I want to thank you all. We must continue to speak up. You have a role to play. You mustn't be silent. Each and every one of us must raise the level of awareness among our people in our communities at home and abroad. We have that role to play. the discussions around people have been asking us, they want one account and one bank account for us to be used for donation funds. That's being worked on. Please do bear with us. There's a lot of quite a few organizations that's having discussions to arrive at that point. Please do be understanding. But in the meantime, of course, the various people, you can donate to Yoruba Rescue Fund, do so. We in Oduduwa TV Radio, we ask you if you can donate whatever you can to help assist us in being able to give you the information that we do, and to be able to empower and enable those who are on ground to carry out the work we're doing within Oduduwa TV Radio to raise the level of awareness. Please assist. It's left for me to say, I thank you for watching. Thanks for watching Citizen AY. You're watching Citizen AY, the platform where we speak truth to power. Thank you, and I'll be back in touch with you later on. Please stay tuned, and Omo Badejoke will be joining us shortly. Thank you once again. Thanks for watching, and I'll be in touch later on. Please continue to clamor for the demand for the body of Adogan and Afa to be released to their family. That is what we must all do. I thank you once again. Thank you, and goodbye. Goodbye. Bye-bye. Bye.